Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is time for WIP Wednesday, and I thought I would sit here and chat with you guys while I finish up on this page I started as a live stream with Emily Illustrator on Sunday. So I've got to finish up like her skin and a few other things. I don't like how the skin is turning out, so I keep fidgeting with it, which is probably just making it worse. I got the neck just perfect, but yeah, I'm gonna sit here and work on this and then chat with you guys. This one might be a little longer than my normal ones. I didn't have one last week. They were doing construction in the basement and it was just so loud. Like I had recorded 20 minutes and I finally just gave up. I was like, it's not gonna work out. And so I kind of missed it, and then a lot has happened this week and over the weekend. And, we've had the holiday and all that. For those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, whether it was with family or just at home. I know a lot of us still are social distancing. I know some of you guys in the UK, things are getting almost to lockdown mode for you guys. Don't think they're going to do that here, just because no one would listen. Welcome to America. But that said, we didn't go to any big family parties. We also kind of social distanced. We had just gotten over COVID. We're not contagious or anything, but still, it's always a nice eye-opener. But also some of our family that we would see, if this was anything other than a COVID year, they actually just got over COVID themselves. So everyone kind of just did their own thing, which was fine. I love doing Thanksgiving at my house because I love to have the leftovers. Not gonna lie, I really love those leftovers, and only bummer was that my taste didn't come back, so it was kind of a lackluster experience, but it's okay. I still cannot smell, like, at all, actually. One iota. I can't smell anything. It's incredibly frustrating, but yeah, so the people that bought the company I work for, so like in the past, Thanksgiving, I would work half day Thanksgiving, and then the day after Thanksgiving, back to work. I never really got a break. But the people I'm working for now, they actually like closed us down. They're like, oh no, we're closing on Thanksgiving and we won't reopen till Monday. So I had like a 4-day weekend, which I can't even remember the last time I had one of those. And it was, in fact, it was so weird because like Thanksgiving Day, felt like a Saturday. And then that Friday, I was like, oh, it's Sunday. I need to get ready for my stream. I mean, I was so off my game because I'm just not used to it. So yeah, that was an interesting one for sure. But we ended up getting a puppy. So if you've seen my community tab posts, you've probably seen her. She is a pure white Siberian Husky. Contrary to popular belief, because I had a few people ask, like, oh, what kind of Husky is she? I'm just trying to make sure that's she's a Siberian. All Siberian Huskies, I mean, they're Siberian, but they come in different colors. So, there's the traditional one, like I have Scout, which is pretty popular, the black and white. And then there's the red, which is kind of rare. And then there's the all-white Husky, and they are the rarest kind. They're pretty hard to make because, I mean, usually you need 2 purebred white Siberian Huskies to breed, to get good odds. And even then, you could still come out with, like, red ones. So they're not the easiest. So yeah, I had no intention of getting a dog. My husband had brought it up saying it would be fun, give Scout a friend, and I would be down if it was like summer, but I just didn't want to potty train in the winter. I'm just don't want to. Can you blame me? It's getting cold. Like I go outside to take them to the bathroom, and it's literally just ice everywhere. So yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to that, and so I had no intention. I had actually like just told him no, and then I was just sitting there, and maybe this is why I shouldn't have a 4-day weekend because then I have too much free time. So I was sitting there and I was just looking at the ads, and I was like, well, let's see what kind of puppies are hanging out there. And so I found a white Siberian Husky, and the couple that owned her, they also had a Husky the same age as Scout, but they live in an apartment, and their landlord had let them know they could only have one dog. And so they're like, well, obviously we've got to keep the one that we've had the longest, which I would understand. If you made me choose, Scout would obviously stay, even though she drives me bonkers. She is my baby. So yeah, they had to choose which one to get rid of, and so they chose the puppy, and they were pretty bummed about it. They wanted to make sure, she went to a good family, and they were looking for people who could handle huskies, because as husky owners, they're more than aware of how crazy those little things can be. They're not, people often think husky dogs and puppies are like your average dog. They're not. Very hyper, very stubborn, right from the get-go, very sassy, and each one has their own level of sass. Some are tamer, some are more hyper. I mean, it's pretty hit or miss, but for the most part, like the traits you can guarantee on is they will have energy of some sort, but they also will be very friendly, very loyal, but they'll also be very stubborn. So there's no such thing as a non-stubborn husky. We had to send ours to a boarding school to work with her because you just could not train her. And it worked wonders. And we have the same plan with the new one, who's named Akira. So she's been here now since Saturday. My husband was at work. My youngest daughter was sleeping over at one of the grandparents, and then my son was at his dad's. So it was just me and my 9-year-old, and so we got her, and my husband knew I was going to buy her. We kept it a secret from the other kids, but my husband knew. And so that day, she was pretty shy and timid around us, which, new environment, tall people. She's leaving the house she just got used to, and she had bonded with them, and she's 11 weeks, almost 12. So it was a big change for her. And so she was really timid around me and my daughter, but it's funny, my 9-year-old like glued to her the moment she came in the door. She was like, can she come to my room? I'll watch her. I mean, she's offering to take her out. I don't even feel like I'm potty training the dog. I feel like she is, but hey, I'm not going to fight it because I've done my share. I potty trained the children. I potty trained the other dog. I was due for a break, right? But yeah, I mean, and she even wants the dog to sleep in the crate in her room. The other couple had crate trained her, so that saved us a little bit of hassle. Scout could never be crate trained. Nope. She would howl for 4 hours straight, that freaking dog. So, but yeah, my daughter is just in love with her, and the dog loves her. She's bonded. But so my son came home and my husband came home, and they met the dog, and she was kind of standoffish, just like she was when we first brought her in. So I didn't think much of it. However, we're starting to notice aggression. So she's being very aggressive towards my son and my husband. My husband goes to pet her, and he's gentle. He doesn't go reaching for her. or anything like that. But she growls, she bares her teeth, and like actually bites, and bites at him. And she did bite our 5-year-old as well. And like her comfort zone is she runs straight to her crate. So I have a feeling she does not like busyness or noise, because she tends to run to that crate a lot. Like she just wants to be in there and cozy. She won't come to anyone except me and my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter. But yeah, she keeps biting and being really aggressive towards my husband and son. And so I reached out to our trainer that trains Scout, and he said that is kind of odd, because husky puppies are incredibly friendly. Huskies are a very friendly breed, ridiculously so. So it's, they look so mean, but they're actually like the friendliest dog breed you're ever going to have in your life. They are just perfect for kids. I mean, Scout, my daughter can just lay on Scout, and Scout's like, whatever. But yeah, so I did notice that, and so we're having some problems there. And then like I take her outside when we walk the kids to the bus stop, and she's even like really standoffish from the other kids, and she went to nip at one of the boys that was just sitting there trying to get her attention, and he wasn't doing anything wrong. He put his hand out gently, just to see, and she was going after him. Now, the previous owner said that she got along better with males at her house, but you got to take what previous owners say with a grain of salt, because it's kind of like, how much of this did you just tell me so that I would buy the dog type of thing. And I'm not saying like they're lying, but you know what I mean. You gotta kind of be realistic here. So yeah, we're kind of on the fence right now, because she is a very cute little thing. I need to pick more colors, so I guess you guys will watch me pick colors during this, but she's really cute. She sleeps through the night, because the other owners had gotten her trained to sleep through the night in her crate. She's actually in her crate right now next to me, just taking a little nap. I took her for a short walk around the block, and I just was really careful where I walked her, because she is a puppy. They can get parvo and stuff still. To move those off to the side. So yeah, I am being very cautious about that. But my husband's really worried about it. And the biggest reason, let me find some warm grays, is so a long time ago we had French gray. We had a Labrador, a black lab, and his name was Vinny. And he was super sweet to everyone in the house. At the time, my 5-year-old was a baby, and he was very sweet to her. I mean, just super lovey, absolutely amazing. But around anyone else, he turned into like a werewolf. He tried to attack children. It was nuts. We took him to the vet, make sure nothing was wrong. And the vet said he had an anxiety disorder and unfortunately could not be around children. And we had had Vinny for 6 months. So when we got rid of him, like everyone in the house was devastated, and I just don't want to go through that again. My husband doesn't either. So we're kind of in this predicament now, because it's like, okay, if we're going to let the dog go, we need to do it before everyone gets attached. Debating what color. I'm gonna wait on the eyes, because I'm between blue and green. I'm thinking with the red hair, that green might look good, but I also was thinking of doing a green outfit. Thought process. Like, because I was thinking like a green or maybe a turquoise. Yeah, normally I have my colors picked out for these things, but I'm kind of off my game today. Now let's start down here because I definitely want these ruffles to be like a cream color. So let's start easy. So I'll grab these while we're chatting. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm tired because the puppy is letting me sleep. So it's kind of ridiculous, but so yeah, bottom line is we're kind of on the fence on what to do at the moment. She is very sweet to me, amazing with my 9-year-old. I mean, literally, I went upstairs to check on them, and she and my 9-year-old were cuddled up asleep on the bed. I mean, she loves my 9-year-old, and oh, she would be crushed. My 9-year-old would be crushed if we got rid of her. But at the same time, you know, my husband has a point. If at the end of the week it's not working out or it seems like she's too aggressive, then we do need to make that decision. But it's just so bumming. We finally found like the perfect, you know, all white husky, which I've always wanted to own. And I'm not meaning it like selfishly, like, oh, I'm keeping this just because it's the color I want. It sounds like that, I know, but that's not what I mean. I've just always wanted a white husky, and so I was super excited to find one. I'm trying to find this beige sienna. Maybe peach beige will work okay. I'm just trying to get I need something slightly darker for the shadows, and I feel like these ochre colors aren't quite there. So normally I use beige sienna would work. You know, we could try a little sienna brown and just be really gentle with it. Let's do that because that's already out. Yeah, oh, sienna brown. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do right now. But we're gonna wait till the end of the week for sure. Have some one-on-one time with my son a little more. Like this morning, he went to try and get her out of the crate just to take her out to go potty. And she just went crazy on him. And so when we were on the porch waiting for the bus, same thing. A couple of the boys came over and she just backs away. She's very timid. And I don't know. And the problem is our house is always going to be busy. We are always going to have loads of kids. They're going to be crazy. They're going to be little. It's very unrealistic to think you can tell a group of 5-year-old girls to not pet the puppy. Like, that's just unrealistic thinking. It's hard enough to tell them to stay out of my freaking pantry and stop stealing snacks, you know? I mean, they just don't get it, and I don't want a kid bit on my watch, and that's my husband's biggest concern as well. And so we're just going to wait the week and see how she does, see if she adjusts a little better. But yeah, it's bumming because I was so excited to get her. My daughter was, and she, like I said, she's taken to us really well. But just my son and my husband and the other owner said that she was better around the males at her house than the females. And then Scout is not thrilled right now. I think Scout thinks we're replacing her. And it was probably bad timing. So Scout missed her. I don't know if I disclaimered this earlier. This may be a longer WIP Wednesday, by the way, because I got a lot to say. But yeah, so Scout missed her last grooming appointment because I had COVID, so I couldn't take her. And so I had it rescheduled, and it wasn't with her normal groomer lady. She was out of town, but Scout needed a bath. Like, I still can't smell, but I could see the yellowish tinge to her white fur. And so I was like, oh my gosh, you're so filthy. So we took her to the groomer place, and since it wasn't Shania, that's her groomer, she was already really like, what's going on, guys? And nervous during the whole car ride, and she just did not want to go back there. And then she was super excited when I picked her up, because then she realized, like, you didn't leave me. But she is jealous. Like, you'll call the puppy and she'll run right over and like plow you over and get in your face. I find it funny, but and she's not being mean jealous at all. But one problem we are having is she's being a little too aggressive with the puppy. Like, she's tackling the puppy and just overwhelming the puppy, and the puppy doesn't want to do that stuff. And Scout's got a good 55 pounds on her, so a hit from Scout is not like a gentle blow. And so, like, the other night, she actually tackled her really hard, and she whimpered and yelped. So I'm trying to get them to get along, and they will get there, though. I mean, you can get two dogs to cohabitate. It's not impossible. It's just one of the other things that have, become an issue. Like, I took them for a short little walk, and Scout kept just trying to pounce on her. It's like, Scout, you're not making this easier. But, so yeah, like this morning, I didn't sleep well last night. I went to bed super stressed because I was like, okay, if we do end up having to get rid of her, my 9-year-old's going to be devastated, like beyond devastated, because she has just taken to this puppy and is like mothering it. And, I feel awful, like outright awful. And then I love the puppy too. I mean, she's crazy, she's bonkers, but she's a husky puppy, and Scout was a freak of nature too, just bouncing around crazy. You gotta exercise even 11-week-old husky puppies, man. Their energy demands are insane. I got so many steps and stairs in yesterday. Just plus, all those every 45-minute potty breaks. But we're working on potty training. Oh man, I do not miss that. I know I did it with Scout, but sometimes I'm like, how did you and I survive this? But it's kind of like potty training your kids. You get to like your third one and you're like, I know I potty trained 2 kids, but for some reason, I don't know how we did it. And I don't know how long it lasted. I semi-remember that it was a pain, but I just don't recall like everything, and I think that's just Mother Nature's way of making sure you like come back for more. Like, because if we remembered everything, yeah, no one would have more than 1 kid or dog. So we are working on that. I mean, she's had some accidents. It's a new environment too, though, so she's got to learn the new rules, the new place. But she's doing excellent with a crate. I'm so glad the people before us had her crate trained, because Scout was impossible. We had gates all over our house because we could not crate train her. She would howl and scream for hours. She would never go to sleep. Like, the vet would be like, just let her scream it out. And I'm like, dude, I don't think you understand. There is no screaming it out with this dog. She will just keep going. So at least they helped us there on that one. But yeah, I'm in this weird place because I told my husband, I was like, well, I can't even, like, I want to get attached to the dog and get to know her and do all these fun things. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't, because what if we do give her away at the end of the week, But yeah, so that's really stressing me out lately. Work has been doing really good. For once, work isn't stressful. I mean, I have the usual day-to-day stress of my job, but the owners are excellent. They're supportive. Like I said, I had a 4-day weekend. So I've really been enjoying working for them. I just feel like it's so much more of a relaxed, chill environment. They're realistic, fun, and just they're always looking for ways to make my life easier. So I'm not stressed about that. I still hate waking up on a Monday, but I think that's just a Monday thing. That means I have to be an adult. Kids have sports all week. I can't just sit and color. Like I told Emily, I was like, I need to finish this. And I had told her I'd finish this last night, which was Monday night. I'm filming this on a Tuesday, by the way. And then I was like, you know, with a puppy, and my Monday was pure chaos. My Monday was the epitome of Monday. Like, you know, my son had sports. Scout had a grooming appointment. I had a bunch of errands I had to run, you know, oh, adulting. But it was just like, and then I had a coloring lesson. So if you guys aren't aware, my Blue Diamond members, and speaking of which, if you're a Blue Diamond member, please do schedule your appointment. It's in the Discord. You can access the link. But yeah, I had a coloring lesson last night, and so I was like, okay, everyone, I gotta go do a coloring lesson. Um, you know, please be quiet. Like, I gotta do this. And then like 5 minutes before it starts, my husband comes in. He's like, you need to come out here. And I'm like, well, is a child like bleeding or dying? No. I'm like, okay, well then it has to wait. He's like, well, no, you have to still come out here because I don't know what to do. And so I go out there, and what happened was Scout got rowdy with the puppy, pushed the puppy into a pile of poo that she had just done because my daughter had just taken her out, and it was all over that white, luscious fur all over my daughter because the puppy jumped on her. I mean, I find it funny. My daughter was like in tears, and I'm like, oh my gosh, calm down. Like, I'm sorry, I've had 3 kids. I've been pooped on. But she didn't find it as hilarious. I did. I was just dying. But so my husband's like, what do I do? Tell me, and then you can go back to your lesson. And so I was like basically giving everyone like a list of chores. I'm like, okay, you need to clean off this, take her up in the shower, hose her off, do this. And I was just, oh my gosh, it was just like the worst way to end the night because it was already just a chaotic day. I was spending so much time on Cyber Monday looking for stuff for myself because, well, you know, me. But then also gifts for the kids, you know, and I found a killer deal on a Nintendo Switch. And so we got that for our youngest daughter because she's jealous. Her brother and sister have Xboxes, but she's too young for one. And so I was like, you know what? A Nintendo Switch would be a really good one. It's portable, but also not, but it's more family friendly. And once that basement's done, you know, she can she can play it down there. And I just think that will be a really good one. So I got the Nintendo Switch for her for Christmas. I told my husband though, I was like, if we give away that dog, we're gonna have to like up our game on a gift for our 9-year-old. Get her something she really, really wants that we said no to or something. That's awful, isn't it? Oh, that sounds awful. But yeah, I didn't find any really good art supply deals, to be honest. Ohuhu, the only set I'm missing now from Ohuhu, from the brush set, is the 24 skin tones. Those don't come in the sets unless you buy that 216 set. I'm not buying that though because I have all of them and I just bought the mid-tones. So literally all I have left is that 24 skin tone set, and that fills in the gaps. And they were like $3 cheaper than normal, and then they had a $5 coupon, but I didn't pull the trigger on it because I was just like, the savings isn't huge, and Ohuhu has their sales all the time, so I'll just grab it later because, you know, I really want to focus on Christmas gifts and all that. I did post my haul video. It actually went up today. And that was something I kind of wanted to talk about. I got a snarky comment. I left it there though, about my haul and how excessive it was, and I couldn't possibly use everything in my haul. So if anyone's new to my channel, I really ask that you go watch all of my content. I am not a wasteful person. I do buy things to collect, of course. That's kind of collecting and coloring are 2 different hobbies. I think you ask any artist or colorist, they're going to tell you that. Definitely 2 different hobbies. That said, I'm not wasteful. And I think I got extra irked by that comment because I literally just made a box of supplies that through the alphabet coloring challenge, which by the way, I host every month. to use supplies that correspond with that month's letter to make sure you're using the stuff you've bought. I host that, and I'm hosting it all the way from A to Z once a month. So that's what, 22 months? And I'm about to film the E is for December because that's our letter of the month. But it was just really ironic because I had just finished packing this box of supplies and I was going to offer them for free, one each, to my Facebook and Discord members and my community members. They'll just have to pay shipping because I know not everyone has a big budget. I have some that were sent to me by manufacturers that I just don't feel like using, or just, don't have a use. My daughter has tons of supplies now. She's pretty tapped out. I do have a family friend that I'm going to give a bunch to first. But yeah, I think it irked me even more because I had just packed that box and was getting ready to do the announcement after my haul because it was going to be announced before I did my next E is for December. So I think that's why it got to me a little more because I was just like, ugh. So yeah, this month's haul was outrageous, but I think there's been a negative stigma put on there. And by the way, yes, I am aware of the drama in the community about the thing. I am not talking about that person at all, so please do not assume that. There's been a negative stigma about it for a while. So I am not talking about that video or that channel. Please do not go attack that channel or that video. Disclaimer, I should put it in like red flashing letters. Because I do not want to get accused of doing that because that is not what I am doing. What I am doing is saying, I think the negative stigma around hauls is unfair. Us with YouTube channels, we have almost an obligation in a way to buy things to test them for those who watch us. A lot of the things I buy, yeah, I'm intrigued myself, but I want to test them for you guys because I do reviews on my channel. I can't really review something if I don't buy it. And you guys know by now that if I don't like something, I tell you. I have zero issues, and every manufacturer who sends me something free knows I will be honest. There will be no sugarcoating. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I did get the Black Widow dragons for free, but even in my swatching video, I said I'm not quite impressed yet. The jury is out. I got to color with them. I did just put them in a color family order as well so that I can reassess. But I did right off the bat say, I'm not wowed. I'm always honest. And while you may not see me use it on my channel, I use things. I would love to film every little thing I do. I really would. But I can't. In fact, from my haul video, I have actually used already 4 of the books I showed in that haul video. 3 of the gel pen sets have already been broken open and used. You'll actually see them on my completed pages video, which I plan to record today as well. And then, yeah, a few other items I've already broken out and used. So the comment, I guess, just really got to me. Because I would hope that anyone who's watched my channel long enough knows that I buy things by request. And in fact, a lot of the things from this month, if you go back to my community post, I asked what you needed reviews for, and you may have noticed I bought those. And I'm not by any means blaming anyone. I just want to make it clear, I buy things that I am asked to review because I kind of feel like that's part of being with my channel. And if I can afford it, I invest every penny I get from this channel back into this channel. And so I do so by buying things to review. But yeah, please never watch my haul and feel like I am being wasteful or feel that things are going to waste, or I'm throwing them out or secretly returning them. And I know all of my long-time subscribers, or even those who have been around at least more than a month, I think have caught on to that personality trait. I'm not a wasteful person. I've been using, so Derwent is, or not Derwent. I joked that it was Derwent month because it's D is for November, but I've been using everything. The only thing I couldn't bring myself to use yet, and the month isn't over, is my dandelion watercolors, and that's because I don't know if I like them. They came in an art subscription box, though, to be fair, so I didn't actually buy those. They just showed up. So they may end up in, the set of things I give away. But yeah, I do have some items, but everything I buy, I intend to use and test and play with. And a lot of the things from my November haul have already been used quite a bit. I'm backlogged on swatching things, but holidays and then crazy me getting a puppy, I don't have the free time, and I definitely don't have the free time to record everything I'm doing. I wish I could. Like I have been talking to a few good friends I've made here on ColorTube. I'm stuck again. Sorry. See, I like that. It's like a nice little cream, vintagey. I want it to look worn and aged, not like greasy or anything, but I'm wondering if I should repeat that fabric up there. I don't know. Okay, I think I'll work on these belt pieces. That should be easy and hold me over while I'm still thinking. Okay, so back to what I now just have forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, I just don't have time. I really wish I had more time because I love recording videos. I love doing color alongs. Maybe I should use espresso instead of black. Okay, yeah, let's do espresso. Dark brown. Sorry, focusing on color picking, and then I will be back to my thought. Yeah, I really love doing like color alongs and full-length tutorials and all that stuff. It like brings me joy. And that is kind of a segue into some changes I want to make with the channel. So I had a whole bunch of stuff like piled up that I need to swatch, and normally I swatch on camera, but I feel like as of late it's just swatch palooza. Now I love swatching those huge sets like for fun, like the 520 Brute Fooners. I mean, come on, that was just ridiculous. I don't even know if that's part of the belt, but it's gonna be part of the belt now. Like those types of things, just fun things. You gotta swatch those on camera. Like my museum aquarelles, that was a very expensive purchase and something I feel, would be fun to swatch. But at the same time, I feel I could give you the first impressions by unboxing, swatching private, maybe swatching a couple with you guys, and then coming back when I'm done and kind of saying, okay, so here's what we got. And then, doing more of a demo, not a review yet, because you guys know I like to spend, weeks, if not months, with products before I review them. I really want to know that what I'm saying about it is true, for me, because we're all different, of course, but also stand behind my review, and I can't do that in a day. That's why I always label them first impressions, because I want you guys to realize that this is by no means the final. Like, there will definitely be a review. But I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is kind of changing up how I swatch. Not everything will be swatched on camera because it's soaking up so much of my recording time, and I don't have a ton of time to record, especially right now. I've got a sport of some kind or the other Monday through Thursday, every evening I have a sport to go to. I still work during the day. I'd love to not work and just do this all day. So if anyone wants to become my sugar daddy and support me, I mean, I still got to keep my husband though, so. But then let's bring it on and I will film all day. But I'm not in that position right now. So, I've got my kids and now I've got a puppy who needs to go outside and go potty every 45 minutes because an hour is too long for her little bladder right now, it seems. But yeah, I am going to change it up because when I initially started my channel, I knew I wanted to do reviews because I really do want to review products. I like that. And I feel it's important to review, and I don't want everyone to watch just me. In fact, I think I say this a lot in every review I do. Don't watch just me because I am one person. Like when I'm researching a product, I don't just watch a single color tuber. I watch multiple. Like I want to see everyone's opinion because we all color differently. We all, layer differently. So like what works great for me might not work for the person who's lighter handed or heavier handed, although I don't think you can get heavier than me. But you know what I mean? So but I love doing reviews to share my opinions, good or bad. And then I always wanted, when I started my channel, to do a lot of tutorials and color alongs. Even if you don't want to color along, just if you want to watch me color it, you don't have to actually have that page or that medium to pick up some techniques while I'm doing the color along. In fact, one of my favorite and most inspirational were Zucchini Kitty's videos. A lot of the times I didn't have the mediums back when I first started, or the talent. I still don't have the talent that she has. I mean, come on, look at that woman. She takes distress inks and makes a work of art. And mine look like my kid just did it. But I loved the fact that she just posted videos of her coloring, and they weren't like hardcore color alongs, but you could color along with her. But the fact is I walked away with techniques, and that is what I really loved. Okay, I said I didn't need the black, but now I want to, so I'm just going to grab my Pro Color one. And that was what I really wanted to do with my channel, give you kind of an all-purpose thing, but also have those short little tutorials, because trust me, I love those little gems. I don't want to watch a whole video just to learn one little thing, but I really like the long ones. Plus, sometimes they're nice to just listen to in the background while I'm coloring, and I'll occasionally look up when I hear they're using something or coloring a certain item where I'm like, ooh, I want to see how they do that because I suck at it. So that was my initial goal with the channel, and I just feel like I've been sucked into a lot of swatching, and that's no one's fault. It's just, I kept getting products, and initially it was fine, but the more and more items I get, the more I'm like, this is taking a lot of time, and I actually really like to swatch in private. I want to sit on my bed, watch a show, and just enjoy the swatching experience. Is that silly? I don't know how weird that sounds. I want to be alone with my swatches, but it's true. So yeah, I'm going to change some things up, so you may see some changes there. But like I said, it won't be anything drastic, and I still will swatch, I think, like the big items or the fun items, because that's just a given, and it's fun to spend time with you guys. Like, I don't think I could have sat there and swatched those 320 Ohuhus alone. Not sane and stay sane, but I just want to get doing some more color alongs and tutorials, and I'll still do my first impressions and stuff. I've asked, quite a few of you, like, your thoughts, and it's basically 50-50. A lot of you say you like watching me swatch them, while others say you just want to see the swatches and go from there. So, it's definitely been a 50-50 experience. I know a lot of you like to see me swatch so that you can see like real time how they react. So I get that too. But I think I have an idea for that. I might actually just, leave a few to swatch when I pop on camera so that you still get that experience, but you don't have to watch me swatch 120 because I am about to get Supra colors. I actually ordered them because I am currently collecting a bunch of watercolor pencils, both high-end and budget, for a fun little project I'm doing. So yeah, I am doing that right now, but I plan to do a big comparison between Supercolor, Albrecht Dürer, and Museum Aquarelles. Also, I did get a request to take 12 Museum Aquarelles, the 12 you would get in their smaller set. So I need to look up what 12 you get. And I have had a request to do what I did with the Albrecht Dürers, like what can I make with these 12? So I'm going to do that as well because I've had a few for that. But like when I get those super colors, do you guys really want to watch me swatch all of them? Or would you rather see me do like 1 or 2 swatches just so you see how they swatch? And then me do more of like a demo thing and talk about the colors on the swatch chart. And that be my first impression, so I think I'm going to try that and see how that goes over. And then that way I don't feel like every other week is a swatching. And then you may have noticed I kind of cut back on book flip throughs. And that's just because I want to flip through like the books that I'm excited about. So like I just got some Linda Ravenscroft books, and then I bought more. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I put those in my haul. But I liked them so much I bought the rest of her books, and yes, I will be using them. Will I cover every single page within the next month? Probably not. I'm very all over the place when it comes to coloring. My mood dictates quite a bit of what I do. I pick very random pages at very random times, and I'm often finding myself like, I don't know what to color next because that's how my brain works. But yeah, I bought those and I did flip throughs of those, and they're not new books. I showed like books 1 through 3 that have been out for a long time, but I showed those because they're very beautiful. I was so excited to get them, so impressed. Same thing with On the Other Side of the Dream I just got. I do have a flip through coming out of that because it is a gorgeous book that I just can't wait to color. And again, not new, but those are the kind of flip throughs I like to do. Ones that I'm excited about, like those fun little finds and just unique pieces that I think need more attention. They're not the everyday items we get on Amazon. You can't get them on Amazon. You got to pay a fortune to ship them. So those ones excite me. However, if I ever get a request to do a flip through from something in my haul, I do put it on my list because I totally get it. You want to see a flip through before you buy it, and I'm more than happy to do that. So never be afraid to ask. But that's why I've kind of like, I didn't flip through Johanna's book or some of the latest because I just wait for you guys to request it, and see if you actually want to see it or not so that I can free up more time to do some fun stuff. Like I had a blast doing the 12 Albrecht Dürers and turning them into multiple colors. Like I had so much fun with that video because it was like, I guess I was technically swatching, but I wasn't. But I was making a mixing chart with 12 and just playing around and showing you guys the fun of it. And yeah, I just felt like I taught y'all something, and that was what I started my channel for. I wanted to walk away from every video I filmed and be like, I think I taught somebody something. Maybe not everyone, but I think I taught some people. That was always my goal, and I want to get back to that feeling. I'm still going to do my haul videos, though. I enjoy haul videos. They're fun. I like to show you guys the stuff I buy, and it's not bragging or anything. And Definitely never anything going to waste. I think, unfortunately, you just need to watch my channel a while to realize how much of my stuff I actually use up. I mean, for Pete's sake, guys, how often have I used Prismas lately? It is killing me. I haven't been using my Prisma babies, and I think this is the first time they've been used in almost a month, but that's because I've been using every other medium as part of this challenge. And I'm starting to really like these freaking pro colors. What is up with these? Like, I did the hair in pro color on the live stream, and I colored a whole picture the other day with almost all pro color. I'm sick in the head. I'm almost about to like beg Derwent to make 100. What's wrong with me? Like, I hated these things. And even when I rediscovered them for hair, which I love them for hair, even when I just rediscovered them for hair, I was like, oh, these are just going to be my hair pencil. But now I'm like reaching for them for other things. Oh my gosh, I got problems. But I do use things, you know, and so yeah, just never think I am wasting products I buy. And like I said, it was just a very ironic timing of that comment, because I literally, I mean, I could literally show the timestamp. I took a big photo for my husband because I said, hey, ask, because there's a gal at his work that's really into coloring. I said, hey, ask her if she wants any of these first before I start offering them to my subscribers. And I sent that like a week ago to him. So yeah, it was just ironic timing that someone would say that. And I'm like, oh, but I literally have a box right here that I'm giving away, because I am very self-aware. If I don't use it, I buy things though with the best intentions. Like I bought these things. I don't know if I like them, but I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna finish swatching them tonight and probably get the video up soon. But I bought them because actually I was asked to buy them. I was asked to buy the pastel tints and review those as well. I actually don't mind the pastel tints though. But yeah, I did buy those, and if I end up, you know, just if there's a pencil that I'm like literally like, oh, I just don't want to use this thing, I'm gonna give it away. Or, you know, like I've dumped things on my kids over the years, but unfortunately, I have created a monster with my daughter. And the reason I say that is she has become a supply snob. She wants Derwent ink tints. She wants Prismacolors. She told me the other day that she loves watching my channel and other YouTubers out there, or color tubers. She said she loves watching all of them, and all my friends on YouTube is what she said, which I thought was adorable. And she loves watching them, but she's like, I can't ever color along with them because I don't have those pencils. Because she has my old Marco Raffines. She has my some like Sue color, I think I gave to her, or some other brand that's like Sue color. She just gets all the like the cheap ones that I try for you guys, and if I don't like them, I give them to her. And so, you know, she was like, I really want to follow all the coloring tutorials, and she's like, and I don't have the books. Like, so she doesn't have like Johanna Basford books and all that. Like, she gets, you know, little cheap books that I bought that I don't color in, or just cheap ones I can find, because I never know how long she's going to stick with this hobby. You know, she's a kid. But she told me, like, Mom, I would really love Prismacolors for Christmas. I'd really like to get some of those books that everyone's using on their channel so I can color along with them. And so I was like, you know what? Okay. So I've created a monster. Like, my 9-year-old is going to be like, I will not color with anything unless it's Derwent Lightfast. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm going to get to that point with her, I think. But it's really cute that, you know, she wants to work in Johanna Basford books, and she even knows what they are, you know. But she wants to follow everyone on YouTube and color along and learn. And gosh darn it, I'm scared. She's going to color better than me. I've seen that kid's artwork. She's going to surpass me, and then I'm going to be like, hey, everyone, watch my 9-year-old teach you how to do this. But yeah, so she doesn't take any of my supplies anymore because she wants more of the high-end stuff that she can follow tutorials on. You know, kids want like hoverboards and I don't know. What do kids want these days? Mine aren't normal. They want Prismacolors, which I think is totally normal. But yeah, so I do have that pile of stuff that I plan to give away. Keep an eye out on all my outlets. The deal will be, you know, friends and family getting into coloring first, get first dibs, and then I'm going to post them, and it'll be first come, first serve, but each person will only be allowed to take one thing. I would like to get it out before Christmas so that if you wanted to gift it to someone or even gift it to yourself, you can. And I will do a video announcement as well for that, but it'll just be one per person. And then the only deal is you need to pay the shipping. I unfortunately could not afford to ship everything, and it will have to be in the United States, just because there's no way I could ship that internationally unless you wanted to ship it internationally, but I don't think it would be worth your dime. Not with shipping costs right now. So I'm really torn on this dress color. Because I kind of want to do green eyes, and I don't know why, but I see a green dress, but then that's kind of Christmassy, wouldn't you say? I could do a blue, a purple dress, but I think purple is what Emily did on hers. Yeah, I mean, I could do more of a turquoisey, but I'm not digging the turquoises in the Prisma line. I know, gasp. But see, I mean, these are too bright. I don't want to use those, and even some of these ones would be too much. So I'd have to look and see if you know what, I think I don't want to use Pablo's on there. Let's see, Cran Dash and Luminance have some pretty good aquas, but I was gonna check my Brute Fooners, actually. The Brute Fooner squares. Because, yeah, even the Pro Colors. Oops, let me smack my phone. The Pro Colors don't really have a good thing going on there. Color Soft. No, not really. Derwent Artists, actually, have some really good. I like their. So look at these teals and turquoise. Very muted. Very pretty, actually. Very pretty. Those ones might look really good on here. Okay, so Derwent Artists is one possibility. Although the new Black Widows. Welcome to my color and chat where we just sit here and do this. These are my Castle Arts. Let's see what Brute Fooner has. Because Brute Fooner, yeah, if I remember right, Brute Fooner does have a really good selection of tealish colors as well. I don't know. I might use the tealish ones from Brutes. Because they would, the Brute Fooners work really well on this paper. That's why I said no to the Pablos, because they do not. But I think those Brutes would look really nice on there. And then Black Widow was the last one I was going to check. By the way, I finally swatched all my Black Widows using the chart that Emily Illustrator. So I messaged Emily the day they came out, and I was like, Emily, are you going to redo your chart? Because I don't want to. So I was like harassing her for that. But They have some really good turquoise colors too. I mean, like this opal and sky and maybe a good cream. I mean, they have like a million creamish colors. Let's see, opal, sky, and maybe the word cream. Look at that, cream, or even oyster. Actually, oyster might bounce off the sky a lot better. Oh gosh, this is one I'm gonna have to end up doing off camera because I'm gonna have to wait and decide if I want to go turquoise. I'm just afraid if I do a green outfit, it will be too Christmassy because I literally just colored a girl with red hair and green dress, and then I colored another girl with pinkish red hair and green dress. So I feel like I need to break away. Although blue would look really nice. See, this is where my brain is. I haven't slept because I've been stressed. Yeah, maybe I will do that. I will do a blue because I think that would bounce really pretty here. A blue. I'm not gonna, since we're pretty over on time, I think I'm gonna do a blue of some sort on this dress. I'm gonna do brass for that little thing there. I'll give her green eyes. I'm going to make the hat blue. Feathers. I gotta think on that. Feathers, not sure yet. Maybe a purple for the feathers. And then I think this little sash, I'm gonna make the same colors as down here, like a little cream. And then these, I'm gonna do in a brass color. And then both Emily and I were like, do we need to do backgrounds? Look, we're coloring like mechanical butterflies. But I think I'll do those in brass as well. So yeah, I think we'll do blues. Because I don't want to do purple because Emily's is purple. And then we would look like twinsies. I mean, they would still look totally different, but I'm trying to go. You guys let me know. What do you think? Do you think I should do the blues for the dress, turquoise, or, I mean, gosh, I could do, no, I don't want to do orange. I could do like a pink. If I went pink, then all the metal accents would actually be silver, but I'm leaning more towards blue or or gray. Actually, gray would be good too. But yeah, so blue, turquoise, or gray for the main parts. Let me know in the comments below if you've even watched it this far. So last thing before I go, I am so bummed about the whole Caran d'Ache blender thing, but I believe the Splendor blender, not only because the name is the most adorable name ever, but this is by far becoming my favorite. It works like a gem on oil-based and wax-based pencils. Now, not all blenders work for all pencils. I was actually going to make a video about that because I had someone ask what blender should I buy, and unfortunately my answer was you can't just buy one. You really can't. The Caran d'Ache blender, while I love it, that thing will never touch my Prismacolors. I don't like the way it looks. So you always need a kind of a mixture of blenders, and so I plan to do a video with a few different blender pencils, the ones I use. I'm not going to go buy all the obscure random ones, but I do need to get my hands on the Derwent because I've been told I must try that. And then I'll be doing a video of which ones I feel, keywords, I feel work with what pencils based on my coloring style. Because that's really important. I have noticed over the years, you know, certain blenders don't work with certain pencils. Like I said, that Caran d'Ache never goes near my Prismas. Granted, you don't usually need to blend out Prismas, but in this case, I wanted to get these done, and so I just use this Splendor blender. And this works better than the Prisma blender because the Splendor blender is off-white. So it has an off-white core. Even when I use it down here, let me clean it off. You might not be able to see it on the white paper, but it is off-white. So it doesn't add a white finish. It also doesn't burnish the page. So I can actually go in after and add more layers, which I did with another picture. I was doing a little elf dress, making a velvet. This worked great with Pablo's too, fun fact. And I was adding like some layers, buffing them out, and then I would go back over. So this is like becoming my favorite. So this and the Caran d'Ache are by far, but keep an eye out for that. It's on my long list of, hey, I'll get to it one day. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble. You know, I wanted to catch you up on things. Things are moving slowly downstairs. Unfortunately, with the holidays, we're kind of, every time they get to a stage where they need something inspected, we're like, there's a holiday. Thanksgiving threw all the stuff off. You know, so I don't think the basement will be done before the end of the year, which means my art studio probably won't be done till January. So we've got that. And then, you know, with Christmas and all that coming up, I have a lot of coloring plans I want to tackle, and I'm really hoping I can get on those. I'm enjoying these coloring lessons that everyone's signing up for, having a lot of fun. And yeah, I will get that post up about the items pretty soon. I'm just waiting to hear back from my family friend on which items first, and then I most definitely hope that anyone watching my channel, as always, knows I don't haul to hoard. Although I did want to buy a coffee mug that said I don't hoard, I just need a bigger craft room, because it's kind of funny. But I definitely don't hoard, and I hope that you give my channel a chance and watch it and see how much of my products I actually use and or give away, because that was kind of a defeating comment that while I'm always going to get those, I was just like, ooh, that's not what my channel is about at all. So but yeah, guys, I will be finishing this up. I'll post it on Instagram. I know Emily finished hers and I'm so behind. I'm hurrying, Emily. I'm on it. And then I will keep you guys updated on the puppy situation, and hopefully it works out. But well, it is what it is, right? Life is life. But everyone have a wonderful rest of the week, and until next time, take care. Bye now.